What you guys, today we're taking a look at the brand new BOSGAME VTA-439. This is going to be the full review of the Vantage series. This little mini PC packs a punch. It has a Ryzen AI 9 HX470 processor. That is 12 cores and 24 threads, up to 4.8 gigahertz boost clock. You can see we've got 32 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte storage, Wi-Fi 7, and dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet LAN ports. It pulls 19 volts and 6.3 amps. So this is everything you're going to get inside the box. You get your power adapter here. You can see UK plug on here, but if you're in a different country, you'll get one to suit your needs. You've got a barrel jack connector. It is molded to the actual power brick here, so no big massive power brick for this one. It's all on the switching adapter right here, which is something I've not seen before, but you got the specifications there on the actual adapter. We also got a HDMI cable, which comes with pretty much every mini PC. You got your user manual right here for many different countries, as you'd expect. It's got pictures and also English text in here if you're living in the UK. And we got the mini PC itself. Let's take a look at the mini PC itself and have a look at all the ports. Got some ventilation on the top with some stickers, and we also have the logo here on the front end. I do like the shape and design of this mini PC. The main chassis is made of metal. Let's have a look on the front. Starting from the left, we have the audio jack. We also have a USB Type-C, which is supporting 4K at 60 Hz. We also have a power button, a USB 3.2 10 Gbps. We have two of those on here, and we also have a USB 2.0 at 480 Mbps. So plenty of ports on the front to plug in all of your devices, which is always nice to see. Nothing too interesting on the side. Some ventilation. That might be a Kensington lock, I'm not 100% sure. But on this side as well, some ventilation. Nothing much going on the sides of the device. Let's take a look on the rear. So starting on the rear, on the left hand side, we do have two Ethernet ports. These are 2.5 gigabit Ethernet LAN ports. We also have that OCuLink here. Now the OCuLink means that you can plug in an external graphics card, which is really nice if you want to beef up the graphics performance on this device. We have a USB 2.0 port, which supports 480 Mbps, HDMI 2.1, 4K at 144 Hertz. We also have a DP port 1.4 version, 4K at 144 Hertz also, and a USB 4 port 8K at 60 Hertz supported on that port. We have USB at 3.2 running at 10 Gbps as well. You've got your power input there, and you've also got your headphone input there as well, with a big expansion area at the top to allow heat to dissipate out the back of the mini PC. So you can have multiple monitors running on this mini PC. And with that Ryzen AI 9 HX470 processor, it's going to be an absolute beast. It does come with Radeon 890M graphics on here, which supports graphic frequencies of 3100 megahertz. Also, on the bottom, you can see there's no VESA mount on here, so we just need to remove this screw to gain access to the actual M.2 slots and the memory slots. I'm just going to pull this up very gently because there's probably a cable here for the fan, and there is. And if we look right, there's a big thermal pad with a fan there as well to help keep the unit nice and cool. On the left-hand side, we have a triple M.2 SSD slot on here that supports M.2 2280 NVMe PCI Express 4.0 x 4, and it comes with one terabyte SSD already pre-installed in here. Now, like I said before, this is a super powerful mini PC with plenty of storage capacity in here. You can see the two connectors there as well. So this is great for people that want extra storage on their mini PC. On the other side, we have DDR5 memory running at 5600 megahertz. You can have up to 64 gigabytes of DDR5 memory inside here, which is going to be great. Looking at the benchmarks here, we have a single core score 2,983 and the multi-core score was 15,535 on Geekbench 6 score. Let's take a look at the GPU scores, 43,904. That is for the OpenCL GPU score on Geekbench 6. Let's take a look at the Crystal disk information. It's a Kingston drive inside here, and you can see the read speeds is 5988.46 and the write speeds are 5107.05 for the writes for that particular drive. You can upgrade the drive as well as if you wanted to, and put more drives in if you want to as well. Looking at the 3D Mark score, we have the Time Spy score of 4,168. That is a graphics score of 3,754, and the CPU score was 11,121, which gives us an overall score of 4,168 for Time Spy. Let's take a look at the onboard GPU benchmark scores here on 3D Mark, and we've got the Night Raid score of 31,614, and the graphics score was 38,295, and the CPU score was 15,898. That gives us an overall score of 31,614 on 3D Mark Night Raid score, which is designed for onboard graphics benchmarking. Let's just run Jellyfish 400 Mbps 4K Ultra HD HEVC 10-bit file right here to see how smooth it runs. I'm pretty sure it's going to run perfectly smooth. Ideal for some sort of media server like Plex or something like that. You'll be able to put all your storage in there, and it will be able to do plenty of processing power with that processor. Now remember, we talked about the Ryzen AI 9 HX470 processor, which has 12 cores and 24 threads, but it also delivers 86 TOPS computing performance, including 55 TOPS from the dedicated built-in MPU chip on that board as well. So that means you'll be able to do plenty of things like gaming, and you'll be able to do streaming and transcoding and plenty of things like that with all of that raw processing power. So whether you're going to be using this as some sort of desktop, a replacement for your older computer, it's going to be able to do 4K video editing, it's going to be able to handle rendering of your videos, you'll be able to do Photoshop and all that sort of stuff on here as well. So let's take a look at the CPU-Z and also the temps of this device as well, so you'll be able to see. You can see the CPU temps are sitting at 45 degrees Celsius, round about there, going up and down, but pretty cool idle. So let's take a look at the CPU. You can already see on the right-hand pane, it gives you all the information about the CPU itself. And there we have the motherboard. It does also support Wi-Fi 7 and also Bluetooth 5.4 on here as well, with that dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet LAN ports on here as well. This machine is an absolute beast. You can see all of the memory readouts here, SODIMM memory, 5600 speed. The good thing about this model, it's not surface mounted memory, it's actually physical memory which can be upgraded and replaced. Also, we've got the graphics there, and you've also got a benchmark. I'll quickly run this for you here just to stress test the CPU to see the sort of temps, to see if we get any sort of thermal throttling on the device itself. And you can see if we come down here, there's no thermal throttling. Temperatures get up to just around about the 80 odd mark. And again, you're not going to probably be torturing your PC like this. I just want to show you how it handles stress testing so you can actually get an idea of what it runs like under full load. The fan is obviously going to ramp up a lot to try to keep the unit cool, which is pretty normal for a mini PC. So just bear in mind that you will get a bit of fan noise when you're ramping it up like this under full load. Unfortunately, my sound meter packed up and I need to get a new one, but the sound on this is not too bad. Of course, it's going to be some sort of audible noise coming from the fans because obviously it's spinning at its maximum speed to try and keep the PC cool. And you can see we're at about 81.1 and it fluctuates and goes back down to about 70 odd every so often. It'll go up and down. So what about gaming? Well, we do have that Ryzen AI 9 HX470 CPU with boost clocks up to 520. That's 24 megabytes of L3 cache, paired with a 16-core Radeon 890M graphics running at 3100 MHz, which delivers a total of 86 TOPS computing performance, including 55 TOPS from the dedicated built-in MPU. So it should be able to play AAA listed games at a pretty reasonable frame rate. But it's the resolution that counts, and what types of games you're going to be playing will determine on how many frames you're going to get. So using the built-in GPU, you're probably going to have to step it down to 720p for some games, and you might be able to push it to 920p for some games as well, and some games might be able to play 1080p. It just depends on the type of game you're playing. But playing games like this should be no problem for the onboard GPU. Now remember, you do have that OCuLink port on the back, which is then going to be able to allow you to play games at way higher frame rates with higher resolutions, because it would have a dedicated GPU. And you can purchase these online, which will plug into that OCuLink port on the back, which will give you either your dedicated GPU that is built into an actual housing, or you can buy one of these ones that you'll be able to put a physical GPU into them with a power supply and be able to get great performance out of your mini PC, because you're now using a dedicated GPU rather than onboard graphics. But the onboard graphics work perfectly fine, and you should be able to play some games at pretty reasonable frame rates. So if you want to see a full dedicated video on AAA listed games and how they perform with the onboard graphics, then let me know in the comments section down below. So whether you want to use this as a home media server or a home lab, or whether you want to use it as some sort of Plex server, or maybe you want to install Linux on here and use it as your desktop PC, it should work perfectly fine with no problems at all. If you're looking for something that is for your desktop PC to replace your aging desktop PC, something like this is going to be ideal. Even with those onboard graphics, it should be able to handle all of the tasks that you throw at it, whether it be video editing, whether it be Photoshop or things like that. You can do all of that on this mini PC. It does come with 32 gigs of SODIMM memory, which is physical DDR5 memory. So you are getting the latest and greatest memory in this system as well. And it's not surface mounted, which is an absolute plus. They do offer a 1-year official warranty, but you can check all the information out on their website. I will leave a link for this in the video description. Now, this product was sent out for review, and all opinions are my own. No one is reviewing this video before it's released, and no money has changed hands for this review. So how much can you expect to pay for something like this mini PC? Well, it is a bleeding edge mini PC, so you are going to pay a pretty decent premium for something like this with a Ryzen 9 processor. But as you can see right here, so it's £783 in the UK. Now, a lot of people complain about the prices of these mini PCs, but you have to understand you are getting bleeding edge technology. You are getting a Ryzen 9 processor inside that mini PC. Plus you're getting 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, and you're also getting a 1 terabyte drive. So with that said, my name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more tech videos like these. Big shout out to all my YouTube members who have joined my YouTube members group. I appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the very next video. Bye for now.